But yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing I wanted to get super in depth with on that. All right, Edward's voice in Bella's head.
Yeah. Oh, and mind you, before all of this, like the night before Edward leaves, it seems like they really want to fuck.
Before who leaves?
Before Edward dumps her,
Uh,
it seems like they really want to fuck. Well, Bella definitely does.
well, they haven't had sex yet at this point.
Yeah.
I guess they never technically have sex in this book in this series. What?
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I guess. His cold penis.
It's cold throbbing dick.
His ice cold erection. Uh,
I wonder if it's extra hard. His body's all marble
you
like.
mean like rigor mortis?
Yeah, but also like what's yeah. I wonder like if his whole body's just like solid rock, you know? This is flaccid dick also like really solid.
I guess we'll have to do a little anecdotal testing, dude. No, but Edward's voice in Bella's head.
Edward's voice in Bella's head, yeah.
What did you think
Oh,
of
what do
this?
we
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of this?
I was really, I was confused. Uh, there was part of me that was like, is this gonna be something where like Edward can magically now get into her head?
That's what
And
I
like
thought it was at first. Yeah.
throughout, I really thought it was. Like I was convinced that this was like actually something that Edward was like, that he was like actually aware of what was going on in her life in these moments. But the first time it happens, the thing that I was most focused on was the fact that Bella's an asshole, just a bad friend, like just a shitty friend. Like she invites this girl out to go to a movie who she doesn't really want to hang out with and doesn't really like, and straight up says it in the book. And she was like, yeah, I like Angela better, but she's too perceptive of my mood, so I hang out with Jess because she's a dumb bitch.
Uh,
Basically it. And then like they pass this group of dudes that like her friends clearly freaked out by, they're like
that most young women would probably be freaked out by these
they're like
drunk
a
men
group
outside
of
of a
like
bar.
drunk older dudes.
Yeah.
Which the way they do this
Catcalling?
in the movie, this scene in the movie is really stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like her friends calling to her like, "What the fuck are you doing?" As Bella starts to like go toward them because she thinks that they're the same dudes that tried to like follow and I guess potentially like attempt to sexually assault her
Right. Yeah.
in the
Gang
first
raper. Yeah.
place. Like, and she's like, "I'm gonna go to them. I
Yeah.
need to know." I need to know if they're the same dudes, which like it turns out that they aren't, I guess.
Right. Just some dudes outside of a
And her
bar.
friend's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And is clearly bothered. Like
It's clear, like, am I going to have to call the
makes her
cops?
see a
Yeah.
movie that she doesn't want to, that her friend doesn't want to see. Makes her see this movie, then doesn't sit through all of it. And it's like, yeah, okay, like she's depressed. I don't know that I noticed this the first time I read it, but like she's a bad friend.
Yeah.
Like, and there's maybe some like maybe you can't be when you're like that bummed out, but Jesus,
Well, this is
it's
why I
like you're
brought
a
up the self harm as part of of the culture at a time. Like the self harm is part of personality. You could say it kind of bled into our current. Like, I mean, without emo, it was like a step we had to take to get to our current kind of obsession with like victimhood, things like that, right? Like this kind of obsession with I'm gonna hurt myself if you don't do this. I'm gonna be reckless and get on the back of this motorcycle with this strange man if you don't come back here, Edward. I'm gonna harm
yeah.
myself. I'm gonna put
Well,
myself
and
in
she like
danger.
knows she's being reckless, like that's part of the point. Like so after this moment, she like hears Edward, and then we keep getting Bella like doing these reckless things that she's calling reckless and stupid, and knows that they're reckless and stupid, and is doing it specifically like because this is the only time she can imagine his voice clearly, which is the thing that makes you think, I guess, that like it's actually happening and it's not just in her head, which we find out later it's not.
Right.
And so it's like, even though it would be kind of disappointing if it was in some way, it's more disappointing, I think, that it wasn't. One,
Right.
because like one of the main characters of the first book is absent for most of the second.
He's only in most of this
And
book
he's like
through.
the most motivating
Right.
character to read for. Like, I mean, I guess I was really reading for Bella, but like I remember being pissed. And it's stupid when he comes back, you know.
The
But and it's stupid the way he leaves. Like, so yeah, it would make it less painful somehow to know that like he is like still a part of the story for, I don't know, like the 300 or 400 pages that he's missing from it in any like meaningful way.
yeah, I wanted to say I didn't mind the fact that she was having his voice in her head, but I minded it more when I found out it was just her imagination.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's disappointing.
Yeah, it seemed more like a cheap trick when it wasn't actual communication between her and Edward.
And by the way, the whole thing is like, oh, there's this deep subconscious part of me that did know that actually you loved me. Like, and that's
Yeah, dude, and I noticed this more so when Bella is kind of leading Jacob on.